Hello and welcome to my 517 Follow Friday series. Today, I have the pleasure of chatting with Dan Malcolm from Sequent Planning. And Dan is a financial advisor and independent life insurance agent in the Lansing area. Dan, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me, Katrina.
So let's just start out with how you got into this position. Like, how did you come to the world of financial advising?
So, a long story short, as much as possible, it came from the way I grew up. So I grew up in a not very financially literate world, and and as I saw that how that had a very negative effect on my family and family members, and I decided that I wanted to do something different with my own life, and so I just got interested in finances just simply because I wanted to do my life different. Um, and then that kind of one thing led to another, and I was like, I really want to help people with this. I enjoy this. I love to geek out about it, and so I want to spend time talking to people, and if I can help them, make wiser decisions or have a plan, then that helps me sleep well at night.
Okay. So like I geek out about spreadsheets. They like make me so happy. I don't even know why. Um, what is it specifically that kind of drew you in that you geek out about?
Oh gosh. I think probably the thing that I geek out about the most is compound interest. Um, so so I love working with all different types of clients, and I have a lot of different types of clients, but my favorite client of all, my favorite thing to do is if I can sit down with someone who is 17, 18, 19, 20 years old and show them how just starting now with, maybe $50 a month or
Yep.
$100 a month over the course of 40 years, um, ends up being this much
Yeah.
larger number than they would have anticipated. I love teaching people about the power of compounding interest.
That's awesome. I keep seeing these little videos everywhere about how if you just like at this really young age, if you do, you put like 25 bucks or 50 bucks somewhere, you're going to be a millionaire someday. Um, for some reason, that's not where I thought you were going with it. I just had to build a whole bunch of amortization schedules for someone who has some land contracts, and that was exciting for me. I got to like do all my formulas and in my spreadsheets, and um, so I had an interest on the brain with that. But okay,
Well, I love a good spreadsheet. Don't get me wrong.
okay. So I know that there are financial advisors and there's financial planners, and I know that there's some kind of differences between the two. So as a financial advisor, how would you describe what you do with your clients or what services you provide?
So, in a nutshell, I feel like I help people make wise decisions with their serious money. And so, what I mean by serious money is there's a difference between, the play money you want to put in your Robinhood account and,
Yep.
be a stock picker, which is fine and nothing wrong with doing that. But serious money is money that we have to have for the future, for retirement, or we have to have it for college, or we have to have it for this or that, or the dream vacation I want to take when I'm 50,
Uh-huh.
to Hawaii or whatever. And so my my biggest role is to just help guide people um, through their financial life. And so I talk to my clients a lot about three categories of money: short term, midterm, and long term money.
Okay.
And and that kind of um, really simplifies it down. Anytime a person has a unexpected amount of money, whether that's small or large, they just get a raise at work, or they get, I don't know, they get a inheritance or something. Um, they can just we can look at the short term money bucket, the midterm money bucket, and the long term money bucket, and just decide what makes the best sense here. What is the best tax strategy? What's the best estate
Mhm.
planning strategy? What is the where does this money need to go? Um,
Okay.
so
So you kind of answered one of the next questions I was going to ask you, but it sounds like, you will work with clients who maybe have the short-term goal of like paying off debt, and then maybe that midterm goal of vacations or the college thing, and then long term, maybe more like retirement. Um, do you go so far as to work with clients on like budget stuff and really how to allocate into those buckets and work with what they've got?
I sure do. Yeah.
Awesome.
Um, and I do all of that free of charge. There are some advisors who will charge like an hourly fee for that, and which is fine if they want to do that, but I just choose to do it for free. Um, and um, and so yes, I will get down and dirty with clients and help them budget and and figure out how to change the financial narrative in their life.
Nice. Okay. Now, when it comes to actual products, um, so I've got a couple different questions. One, are you able to work with clients if they maybe are into retirement or they switch a job and they've got their 401k or whatever retirement they had? Are you able to take over those types of assets and help them manage them in that next phase of their life? Is that one of the options that clients would have with you?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay.
So whether it's a job change, mid career, I can help people with 401k rollovers or 403b rollovers, and or if they're at a point where they're ready to retire and they want to move the assets out of their 401k or their retirement plan, we can do that. And some clients come to me actually when once they've reached 59 and a half. A lot of retirement plans allow you to do an in-service distribution. So even though you're not quite ready to retire, you want to move the assets out of the retirement plan at work to have more options with maybe what you can do with it. Sometimes it's a little less expensive to have it managed outside of the employer plan. Not always, but sometimes. And and so yes, I can work with people in all of those different areas. And then um, the and I so on the investment side at Sequent Planning, we do what are called actively managed portfolios, and
Okay.
so we build for portfolios for our clients, and then we actively manage those portfolios in order to provide the best growth potential for our client, but then also as much downside risk as possible for our clients as well.
Right. Okay. So then, in addition to those types of assets that may come over from employment, if somebody just had, like you mentioned, an inheritance or, they're just making more money at work and they want to start putting money away and doing some investment, are there any specific products that you kind of gravitate towards? I know that there's obviously different goals, but what are some of those other products that you can help clients get?
Well, sometimes, especially in the case of just kind of unexpected money or entering a new phase of life where your income has gone up and maybe you're already um, uh, maxing out your retirement options at work.
Mm.
Um, some people like to use insurance products, life insurance products,
Okay.
because they have, especially for that midterm money bucket, they have some really good options for tax-free income down the road.
Okay.
So in the same way, so at the same time, you can use the death benefit to protect your family.
Yep.
There's a cash value um, feature in those policies that builds, and then you can take money out of that later on, um, maybe before you're 65 or before you're 59 and a half, and you can't really tap the retirement accounts yet. You can tap these life insurance products in order to provide midterm money
Right.
needs.
Okay. So then, as an independent insurance agent, it sounds like that means that you can shop around for clients, kind of find the policy that works for them, but you work with different companies.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
absolutely right. So I currently, work with about 20, 30 different providers, life insurance
Wow.
providers,
Okay.
whether that be a life insurance product or an annuity product. Um, and it allows me to work for my client rather than working for a company.
Right.
And so I
Okay.
figure out what my client needs, and then I find a policy that meets the need of the client rather than figuring out how my client can meet the need of my company.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. So then, Do you feel that there is either an ideal time or a really common time when an individual or a couple is going to start either wanting to work with an advisor or needing to? Is there any commonalities there?
So, um, my perfect answer for that is the younger the better.
Okay.
The younger you start working with an advisor, the better. But
Okay.
um, generally, I see people seek me out when big life events happen.
Yep.
So, marriage, engagement, birth of a child, death of a family member, um, and or big career moves.
Yep.
Sometimes buying their first home um, is a is a good time to sit down with an advisor, and really even before you buy that big home or that new home, it's not a bad idea to just sit down and get a consultation, because you can sit down with an advisor. At least you can sit down with me and just chat for free. Just chat, get some ideas, get everything out on the table, and just kind of talk about it and try to organize the thoughts and have an objective third party there to just give some ideas. And
Right.
if you run with them, great. And if you don't run with them, that's okay too.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything else you want to share today?
No, I think you covered it wonderfully, other than the fact that I think you're the best state attorney in the state of Michigan,
I'm
which I
not going
think
to
is a
edit that
compliment.
out. Not, I'm not going to edit that out. Okay.
Excellent.
So thank you, Dan, for sharing all of
You're
this
welcome.
information. I will throw all of your contact information in the caption for the video. And then if anyone watching or if they have a family member is looking for financial advice, you're getting near retirement, or you just want to start that trusted relationship and become a millionaire someday, give Dan a call. And then if you're interested in being featured on my Follow Friday series, you can send me an email at Katrina at cornerstonelegalplc.com. Thanks for watching.